So when we talk about impact is tricky. It's tricky for us. It's tricky for everyone. When we look at this, we're going to look at a theory of change, and we're going to look at things like metrics and outcomes and how that all connects under the bigger picture of impact for you. For us, it's about 1 million people living their lives to the fullest. As an outcome, what does that mean? Outcomes, outputs is 10,000 brands that are good for the world, that have their culture right, their impact right. They're impacting at least 100 people each by either creating an environment, culture where they can be their full self at work, where they're inspired and they use their God-given gifts to create the greatest value. That doesn't happen by accident. That's what our impact is. And we do that regardless of whether a business can afford our full fare or not. So that's what our Double the Goodness grant's about, right? So this is the output, the outcome that we're looking for. Now, I touch on that because it's not easy to get to, right? And it's an ever evolving thing. Like when you got your clarity of purpose, for us, our purpose is to help all brands be good for the world. That's big. What does it mean, right? What does it mean as far as our impact? And it's this. So that they kind of, when we're looking at the infusion, the interrelation between culture and impact, it needs to be beautiful. And as long as that direction is clear, you can evolve your impact a bit. This is the journey, right? So the reality is people expect the brands change for good. They want connection. They want recognition, and they want to do good in the world. They want to contribute. So that's what people are looking for. And it used to be that a great product or service alone was enough. That used to be the case. And in some situations where it's a monopoly, that is for the time being. But like whenever there is a good idea, somebody comes along and copies it, right? And they go, I can do this better. So then there's competition in the market. Now, let's say you have an awesome product, awesome price, awesome marketing, awesome customer service, awesome culture, all of that good stuff because you've done the work. You think you're pretty safe, but then the competitor opens up in the space. Now, they might be comparative one for, if not all of those, but they also do something good for the world that's relevant to the product. It makes sense for the brand, and they tell the story awesomely, right? And it's something that the market loves. It's something that your customers love. Now, if the cost to change is low, is awesome product or service still enough? Not really, right? So, I mean, you're here because you're going to have that advantage because you care, and we're bringing that into your brand. And that's the difference. You're going to be that disruptor for all the others that are resting on their laurels and just being about product. But if it's just about product, you haven't got that connection to heart or mind. And the reality is 7 out of 10 adults would switch to another brand that leads with purpose. When we talk about purpose, leading with a real impact-driven purpose. It's a good opportunity, right? If you lead with it and you're authentic about it, you win. Right? People want businesses to be ethical, sustainable as a baseline, and they want them to stand for something. Because they do. But this world that we're in, people that have discretionary spend want to do something good for the world, right? And there is a new transparency. People can see this stuff. Authenticity, that bullshit detector, everyone's got it. And so if you're not this positive impact maker in the market, then you're going to have to deal with someone that is. And the good thing is you're already on this. That's what we're about. Adults believe 8 out of 10 brands must positively impact society also, as well as providing a great product or service. And I don't know about you, I've changed brands for this reason. I've changed my bank, I've changed my super fund, I've changed electricity companies, all to companies that have values, have an impact, have a sense of purpose that it's aligned with who I am. Have you changed any brands like for that reason? The reality is, it is something that is becoming more of an opportunity. Like it hasn't always been there. And there's a tide of businesses that are doing good. So they're becoming more and more an opportunity to contribute to the greater good because you choose brands that do good, right? You know, like it's like choosing organic or packaging that is like more recycled or less plastic, right? We make these decisions. What if that's the baseline? Then they do good on top of that, right? And that's the reason Patagonia was the number one. I don't know what their current stand on this is, but in this poll. They beat out 99 other prominent US businesses to be but in consumer rankings for company ethics, citizenship, and culture. I know they're pricey. It is still that people believe they are most reputable, right? Because they actively have a stance on that. And they have a very, very strong stance on one thing, which is grassroots activism in environmental stewardship. It's crazy what they do, right? We'll talk a little bit more about them. This is the key fact from this poll. Today's consumer is more digitally connected and more purpose-driven than ever, and that dramatically affects what it takes to excel in marketing, communication, and reputation. That's what we're doing here, helping you do that so that you can be this brand in the community, in the market that you're playing in. And the good news is the top talent will pay for purpose. So you don't have to be the one with the biggest budget to get the best talent. You just need to have an awesome, inspiring purpose and impact that helps people be more of who they want to be.